We are progressing kind of how I thought we would be. Our pitching's a little bit further behind than we had hoped, but offensively we're doing a good job. In the box score, it doesn't necessarily indicate how well we've been swinging the bats. We had a lot of line drive outs this weekend, and our defense is kind of starting to settle in, where we've been moving some players around, seeing who's going to kind of shake out at what position. So, a little bumpy road, but we expected that. But I think we'll settle in and we'll get better as we go.
Has the road been a little bumpier than you anticipated? I know you said you were going to have your ups and your downs, but, I mean, as far as record-wise and what you've seen so far, is it?
I think it's a little bit. I think we started off a little bit down. I think our pitching hasn't been as sharp as I had hoped it would be, and pitching sets the tone, and we're experienced there, and so we haven't gotten it done in the circle, but which then puts the pressure on the defense and the hitters, and so it kind of all goes together, but. I think we've had actually some surprise performances by some players, so I think our experienced players haven't gotten to where we need to be yet, and our younger kids are moving along. We just have to get them moving along a little bit quicker.
On top of the W's, what is it you're really looking to hope to see in this tournament coming up for you guys?
The process, and that's what we talk about all the time is the process, and if we execute how we are capable, the wins will come. We've got to get better at our fundamentals, and sometimes, Cal Poly's motto is learn by doing, and sometimes you don't know until you're in the mix, and especially with freshmen, you can tell you're blue in the face, but till they really are in the heat of the battle and are experiencing what we've been talking about, they don't really know. But, we're excited to see where we go this weekend. I think that we're going to be settled down a little bit. I think this Palm Springs tournament this last weekend really is is as big of a tournament as our kids are going to see, and as big of crowds as they're going to see other than the postseason. So it's a great opportunity for them, and some of them got a little intimidated by it, but the other freshmen stepped up, and our sophomores stepped up and did a great job. So going into the weekend, we're going to go back to basics and do a lot of individual skill work, and then hopefully come out and set the tone in the circle, and get the performances that our pitchers are capable of putting out there.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, how important is it to go down there and just kind of get things turned around? I mean, I know it's only 3-5 start, but I mean, just to start to get the ball rolling in the right direction. How important is it to get that positive momentum?
I think it's really important, just from a mental standpoint. We really have done a lot of things well, and offensively, our kids really did a great job. And we talk about quality at bats. In the books, it's 0 for 4, but we had some kids that had 3 line drive outs, and those will fall. And so they're doing the things that we're asking them to do, and trusting that they're going to get the results. They'll get the payoff eventually. And so just from a mental standpoint, I think it's important for us to go down and get some wins, but just continue to get better. And that's why we do a lot of goal setting and daily goal setting and from week to week. And, if everybody can just perform a little bit better than we did this last weekend, I think we'll be in good shape.
Also, obviously if you win the conference, you get the automatic bid, which you've done recently. But if you don't win the conference, it's also about building that resume, right? So these are important games, just in case that weren't, if that's not going to go your way, come up, in conference season. So how important is it also to get those wins to also build that resume for the?
I think it's really important. Everything that we do, every game that we play affects our RPI, and that's the name of the game. And we have definitely been on the wrong side of that in the postseason when we have felt like we've had successful years, and so. The returners know that and remember that, and it's just we've got so many freshmen that aren't really aware of that, and they're coming from travel ball where it's all about showcases and getting your at-bats and getting equal time, and every game matters for us. Every time we step on the field, whether it's the 300th ranked team in the country or number one, and we have to approach them the same way. And I think we're going to get stronger in that. And I think for our younger kids, it's the focus. It's going into the 5th game of the weekend with that same, killer attitude as you do the first pitch of the weekend. And so we're learning as we go, and we're going to get there. We'll be there, and I think we'll be in good shape. But, ultimately, it may come down to winning the conference championship. And all the teams in our conference are kind of in the same boat at this point as well, because we've all scheduled tough pre-conference opponents. And so it may turn out like it did a couple of years ago, where everybody had pretty similar records and they only took the top 2 teams. So, we talk about don't leave it to chance, and every game matters. And so we go after, I think we have Buffalo first, and that's our opponent. And then we, take on the next team and the next team, and it doesn't really matter who we're playing. We have to attack the game, how we're capable of doing that.
Thanks.